What's going on, guys? Sandman here, and this is my latest solo I ran. Just wanted to, I guess, give everybody a breakdown on, anybody who's asking what this is and what Fortnite is and what's going on. So, Fortnite's it's like a 1 versus 100 game. If you look at the upper right corner under that map, you see it says 97. It's also got like a ticking clock. That 97 means that there's 97 people in total, myself included, in this lobby. And if I look back, you see 3 of them right there. So I'm just trying to land and get a weapon first. It's similar to like Hunger Games, where you have to get a weapon and then you gotta kill everybody else. So I touch down here. These chests is what contain those weapons. Right? My point is to look through it as much as possible. What I'm using is this pickaxe, and what you're seeing floating towards me every time I was hitting stuff was materials. Those materials are used, be wood, stone, or steel. Those materials are used to build, and it's a very big part of the game. If you're not comfortable with the build, I mean, it's going to cost you, because you can very easily just outbuild on someone and get high ground on someone, and if they don't build or don't like building, it can cost them. So again, still looking around, right? So I've managed to pick up an RPG, which is what I'm holding right now. All right, grenade launcher is a tactical shotgun. This is actually starting to become a real favorable loadout of mine. So I actually run up on a blue pump, which is like, all right, now I'm really feeling good, because I'll run the blue pump for like initial damage, and then I'll run the attack because it runs faster. It shoots faster, so I'll like switch right after I take the first shot with the pump. I'll move out to the attack. And the grenades are the only things I don't really use, but I threw them out because now I actually found shield. Those little blue pots you see are mini shields. They put 25 shield on you, and you can't drink anything past 50, which is why I'm still holding 2, because I'm 50 shield. Bottom of the screen shows 100 in the green bar, 50 out of 100 in the blue, and blue is the shield and green's the health. Still scavenging. Haven't run into anyone. Sometimes the games end up like this, where you scavenge, and you don't really find much. So you see I got 129 wood, 53 stone. Right. This is the I didn't realize that at the time I had the mic on, so you hear me coughing. I wasn't feeling too well. But you see the circle there on that map? That circle indicates that it's time to move. Storm closes in, and then I have to be within that circle by the time it's done. So I'm moving forward. In front of me, I actually see what we call a llama. But on the right, if you saw him real quick, there was it's almost like a black character with orange striping. That's the Dark Voyager. He ran through real quick. That's another player. So I opened this. Even though I was right next to him, I felt like I didn't really care. I just wanted whatever was in here, and was kind of hoping he'd move forward on me, but I didn't hear anything. So I build up, right? 3 staircases, right? 3 walls, and I'm looking around now for the most part. I know he was on the ground level, but I was expecting him to actually like build up or try to take high ground, because that's like a big part of the game. You get high ground, you can like dominate for the most part. So I built over a little bit. Again, another little 4 walls, staircase so I can peek over. Right, and I have to build these, and you see my materials: 533, 583, now 500 steel. That llama holds 500 each, so I came up in a major way by finding that llama. Now I'm looking around, I'm peeking around. Remember, not just him. If you look at it, there's 31 people in total, which means 30 enemies left. Myself included, that makes 31 in total. And you see the circle? That clock is ticking down. 8, 7, 6. I have to move. I have to at least start moving, or get ready to move, depending on how far it is. If I'm right next to the circle, then obviously I'm not in a big rush. If I'm very far from the circle, then I need to move my ass. I just so happen to be not really far, but far enough. I mine that tree to kind of draw attention, and then I peek back to see if maybe, he'd move on me, or if he'd move there, if he was still in the houses. But at this point, I'm thinking like he's gone already. Like he must have left. He would be moving by now. At least that's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take the risk. I'm just gonna run it. Now I actually see him off in the distance here. Right there. Very far northeast. And you could tell by the compass on the top what direction everybody is. So normally if you run into someone, you'll say like northeast 51, for instance, or 45. So I saw that guy right there. I could say northeast 52. Right? I'm looking, spinning around now. Remember, there's still 27 other people left. So, and every single person's out for each other. So I don't want to be walking along and then just get sniped or get ran up on, or someone's hiding in a bush. And that shit happens in this game. So far it's been a very slow game. Not every game's like this. I just so happened to land in Haunted, and then just real slow. Now there, I hit him. Those blue numbers means that I hit him for shield. I hit him twice, 39 for shield. So at that point, I'm thinking, you know, almost 80 damage. You know, 78, fucking, yeah, 78 damage in shield. And he has max 100 shield, potentially. You know, he could have less. So, you could have, like me, I got 75, you know? So, but this is the press. He's throwing grenades, and what I'm trying to do is move forward. Now, I see what he's doing. You see he's building up, so I'm trying to take high ground on him before he gets the option to get high ground on me. So I press him in the staircase, and I anticipate his move to the left, and he doesn't. I anticipate a move to the right then, and that ends up being the kill shot. I collect all his stuff now because he's got ammo. He's got things I'm gonna need. This is me attempting to get in the door. I close the door and I edit the wall. You can edit the builds you make, and what I did was I edited the wall so that the door doesn't exist there anymore. I can always edit it and put it back. I can put an archway. I can change the staircase to one staircase. I can make it a spiral staircase. But it's not about being fancy. It's just about what works. Let me see. I was expecting to make another door, but I heard the sniper shot, and then I started hearing this. That's the incorrect way to press one of those builds, because he didn't take high ground on the press, and he left himself open, and I was able just to peek out and just take the shot. Like when I pressed the Moon Man, I didn't press level to him. I pressed higher than him so that I can jump in on his build, or so that I can have a high ground advantage on him, so that he'd have to look up and I'd have to look down. And it would make it harder for him to get a shot off, and all I would see is pretty much just his face, you know, and it makes it easier. He jumped out anyway, but again, I see these guys out in the distance. They're all fighting. There's two guys in that little build there, right? And I'm seeing these two fight each other, right? So I hit him for 19, and 19 health, so almost 60 health damage, and he's got 100 health total. And the fact that I didn't hit him for shield means he didn't have any. I missed the shit out this guy. But I realized that the two guys that were fighting were dead, and I'm like, all right, so either this guy won and there's no one left over there, there's two guys left. But at this point, I'm thinking it's too quiet for it to be two guys. They would have started shooting each other, you know, being right next to each other, and I start seeing those little builds. So now my goal is just to move and put a little coverage on me. Normally I would build higher than that, but I just wanted to put pressure on him quick. I didn't want him to be able to peek me and fire anything at me, so I put a lot of pressure on him. He's on the low end now. I hop down, right? I start building up. Now this is my mistake here, because I get this, put a wall between us, and then when I jump back, I didn't make it to my stairs that I built, so that ended up costing me. And at that point I said, you know what, I don't want to have to run like up his builds and everything, so I'm gonna break the builds down instead. That's what I'm gonna do. So I started moving along just to try to reset myself. And I'm going to fire the RPG at the wall in the hope that I get a little splash damage, which I believe I might have, but now I'm just trying to break sections of his build to weaken it up. That shot I didn't mean to hit, but this I meant to do. And then this, he just so happened to build a wall, but you see, at this point he's in trouble, and I can break the wall underneath him, and he falls down. But instead of chasing him, I'm going to hop in the tree, because he's expecting me to chase him. That's why he's walls there, but too late. You gotta sometimes just outthink the people you're playing against. He expected me to hop down and chase him because I knew he was in trouble with health. So he turned around, started building. But the thing was that it didn't matter because I was up in the tree still. So when I hopped back there, he wasn't ready. He still had paper in hand. He didn't have any weapon ready. You know, so I'm just right now just sorting through items. and now moving. Now I'm thinking maybe someone's in this build, but I'm unsure. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'll come build up next to it or build to it, you know. And at this point, I'm thinking, I think it's empty. I don't think anyone's really in there, you know. So I go look. Yeah, there's really no one there. I'm like, okay. Oh, I run into this guy. Did not expect 62. Now I'm in trouble because I feel like I'm catching a lot of health damage. But he shouldn't have shot that wall. He should have took his time, and that ends up costing him. And he delivers one of the biggest like health and shield items of the game, which is that chug jug there that I'm drinking right now. It takes 15 seconds, and it puts you, regardless of what your damage is, it puts you at 100 health, 100 shield. So it just takes a long fucking time, and you can't drink that one under pressure. So now if we look at the numbers, I've gotten, there's 7 people left. Someone just got shotgunned. I have 4 kills. Those, the number 4 next to the skull means I have 4 kills. The 7 means 7 people still alive, including myself, so that means 6 people, and I'm looking at one right now. So I get a good clean. That was like 3 22s in a row. So like 66 damage out of 100 health. So he caught a bad little burst damage there. And then for the most part, I figured he's just gonna try to peek me. And I don't know what he did there, but he didn't defend himself right. That RPG went in. He should have built walls around him, built you know, walls in front of him, and cover himself, but he didn't. Sniper shot goes off. All right, I'm getting that attention, but I also see someone out there, distant west, 285-ish, on a build. So I'm thinking 5 people left. You know, that's one guy. I'm 1, so that leaves 3 people now. I hear a tube, grenade launchers going off to another location right there, so that's another 2 guys. So I've kind of got almost where everybody is for the most part, except for one guy. I'm still looking for the one guy. Right, so I'm saying this guy right here, he's obviously got the high ground. He's obviously got the grenade launchers. He's putting pressure on the other guy. The other guy is probably just in trouble at this point. I'm going to attempt to press this guy as best as I can. I'm going to put a little wall there. By the time he even realized what was going on, it was over for him. When I hop into his build, though, I need to cover myself. Right, so I need to peek, take a look. I still hear shots going off. So once I'm hearing shots going off to my right, I'm saying, okay, so maybe there's another guy over there, and I still know the other guys at the distant out in the fort, so not too much of a big deal. But then they start throwing stuff at me, and I'm wondering who the hell it is. But I see this guy shoot at me. That RPG is just well placed. I expected him to rush me, and exactly what he tried to do, and I just capitalized on, you know, on just anticipating his move, and he wasn't expecting that for sure. So now I've got 7 kills left, and it's me versus one more. It's a 1v1 situation, and the circle's closing. And you see the circle's getting smaller and smaller. It gets to the point where it pretty much stops existing, and you share it between one person, and then it's gone. So now it forces me to either move a certain way, it forces him to move a certain way. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to build closer to my build, and now I saw that. I saw his build ahead of me. So I'm going to attempt to see if I can maybe edit this, right? Take it down as a wall, open it up a little bit, you see? So I can peek over. And I know he's over there straight ahead of me south, and there he is. You can see his head. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to get the shots off, see if I can draw him. I'm trying to figure out what weapons he has. If he's going to shoot a sniper rifle at me, he's going to shoot an AR at me, and that's a sniper rifle shot. Now I know he's got a sniper rifle. I fall, I take damage because if anything, any build higher than 3 blocks, you know, higher than 3 is going to take damage. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, I need to move up on him. I can't fire the RPG from that close. I have to switch to the shotgun, and I cleaned it up with that. That's 8 kills versus 97 other people, and that's how you get the dubs. You can see the damage to players and damage to structures right there.